Hi everyone, Extra Flaming here and welcome back to a new YouTube video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be going over how the Brisbane Heat turned their season around in BBL 12 after starting the season off really poorly and then turning it around to be a very special season with a chance to actually win the lot and win the premiership. So yes, the Heat are in the BBL 12 final, which is going to be played tonight in Perth, and their route was a very long one to get there, so let's go ahead and show you how they've gotten here. Alright, so here we go. Brisbane Heat's matches throughout the season, which has led them to the final. So they lost their first game against the Renegades by 22 runs at Kazali Stadium, before then losing their second game against the Renegades as well by 4 wickets. So they're at this stage 0 and 2. 1 and 2 they were after they beat the Strikers by 6 runs in a cracking match at the Gabba. Really headlined by Sam Billings, who made a match-winning knock in that one to get them their first win of the tournament. From there, though, things didn't look too great. They were 1 and 4 after losing to the Thunder by 10 wickets and then by 11 runs in a close game. So they were 1 and 4 at this stage. Before then, they won. They go 2 and 4 now after a 15-run win against the Sixers, which they put up 5 for 224 off their 20 overs, before then bowling the Sixers out for 209 off 20 overs as well. So that was a really exciting game, and it kind of almost brought a bit of life back into that Brisbane Heat side. No result, which makes them go 2 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. Then they go 2 and 5 as losing to the Perth Scorchers doesn't help, and then 2 and 6. 2, 6 and 1. So 2 wins, 6 losses, and 1 draw after losing to the Perth Scorchers again by 8 wickets. So things were looking pretty poor here for the Brisbane Heat. They were 2 wins, 6 losses, and 1 no result, which I believe had them at the bottom of the ladder at this very time, which was pretty disappointing for them. And you could almost start thinking about ruling them out of the finals at this stage, but you can't, because they win against the Strikers by 17 runs at the Adelaide Oval, which is a tough place to win. They win by 17 runs. They go 3, 6 and 1. Now they beat the Stars by 3 wickets, so they go 4, 6 and 1. And then they beat the Hurricanes at the Gabba by 12 runs, so now they go 5, 6 and 1. Now they're going to beat the Stars by 4 runs, so now they're going to go 6, 6 and 1. And then they're going to lose to the Hobart Hurricanes by 2 runs, which is going to make them go 6, 7 and 1, which in the end is going to be enough on 13 points to get them through to the finals. So they finish their season on 6, 7 and 1, which in the end is a remarkable finish. They end up winning, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. They end up winning 4 of their last 5 games to go from 2 wins, 5 games ago, to now 6 wins, which is absolutely insane. And they book their ticket into the finals with a 5th spot finish, which means they're going to be playing in the eliminator against the Thunder at Sydney Showground Stadium, also commonly known as Giants Stadium, in the AFL for the Giants. So the Brisbane Heat then win by 8 runs DLS method. So they put 5 for 203 on the board after their 20 overs, which was probably going to be tough to beat there for the Thunder. They were 1 for 52 after 6.5 and fell 8 runs short of the required pass score to go ahead and win the game. So it's the Heat that advanced through to the knockout versus the Renegades, and they still, luckily enough, had their test stars for this one, so they win that one by 7 wickets, with the likes of their test stars guiding them home in that one against a really good side. And the Renegades had really transformed in 2023 and 2022 to get off that bottom of the ladder and start rising up to make a finals appearance. However, could not win. And then the Challenger, just the other night ago, they win by 4 wickets against the Sydney Sixers, and that's what ends up making them go through the grand final now with a chance to win the lot. So in terms of ladder position wise, if you want to know, they finished in 5th with, of course, that record, as I said, 6, 7 and 1, 6 wins, 7 losses and 1 no result, which in the end, that 1 no result did get them in the finals, just edging out the Hobart Hurricanes, and their net run rate would have also been an issue as well. Negative 0.483 was their net run rate. And a lot of teams this year have actually had negative net run rates. So the top 2 sides had a positive net run rate, with the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th side all having negative run rates. However, the Renegades was the smallest at negative 0.027. However, we're not here to talk about net run rates. We are here to talk about the Heat and their finishing position. They finished in 5th. And are going up against the Scorchers, who are 11-3 on 22 points in the grand final, best net run rate throughout the year. But now it's going to be going on to how have they turned around their season. So to find out how they've done this, we've got to go back through and we've got to find their games. So their first 2 games are up against a very good Renegade side, which at the time looked really good. That win, obviously, against Strikers was against a great Strikers outfit at the moment. And then those 2 games versus the Thunder were really big 50-50 games. Could not get the job done. Before then, somehow managing to do well twice against the Sixers. So they did pretty well against them, then couldn't quite get over the Scorchers, which really put them in their spot of bother. However, then getting over the Strikers, which they had the easy teams to finish things off. Strikers were not going great, so they managed to get over them. Luckily enough for these last couple of games, they ended up playing the Melbourne Stars twice, which they got the win in on both occasions, and also managing to play the Hurricanes twice, which they got the win 1 out of 2 times, but didn't lose too heavily to the Hurricanes. Other results went their way as well, which the Thunder beat the Stars, which happened to end up letting them seal the final spot. And then, obviously, the final as well. They are playing up against some tough opponents. The DLS method was lucky. A great win against the Renegades. And then a 4-wicket win. So, the question is, how have they gotten better? Well, first of all, their last couple of games, starting from the Strikers all the way to the Hurricanes, were up against the easier opponents. If you have a look at where these sides finished, the Strikers finished 7th, the Hurricanes finished 6th, and the Stars finished 8th. So you can see why those games were easy for the Heat to win in. Second of all, they had their returning Test stars coming back into the side as well. So, for example, they had Usman Khawaja, Matt Renshaw, and Marnus Labuschagne in their side, which those 3 players are classy players and all very good at T20 cricket as well. Usman Khawaja, probably the best of the 3, but Renshaw put on a couple of impressive knocks, and Labuschagne's been just as good as well. And then obviously Swepson as well, who's going over to the Indian tour, has been good. But that's how they've revived their season with their Test stars. And now with all on the line Saturday night, which is tonight against the Scorchers, there is a lot for the Heat to be excited about. And it is a massive game in the West as well. But it should be a good one. But that is how the Brisbane Heat have revived their season, with all their Test stars coming back into the side, playing some good cricket and having a quality lineup with both bat and ball. That is how they have turned around their BBL 12 season with a chance to win the lot. So it has been quite a remarkable turnaround here for the Brisbane Heat this season. As I've said multiple times, they've got a chance to go ahead and win the BBL 12 final. That's going to wrap us up for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you guys never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much. And bye everyone. Extra Flaming.